Hello and welcome to Tune In, the official podcast of the British Association of Barbershop Singers. I'm Peter Bryant. I'm BABS Director of Marketing. And I'm joined this month by the BABS Director of Administration, Alistair Lamyman. Hello, Alistair.
Hi, Peter.
How's it going?
That's all right, yeah.
Very good.
I love how you almost forgot what my job role was there.
Yeah, there are lots of director ofs in BABS, and your job title has the most ambiguity associated with it. Like, what's administration? What's that about?
What is administration? You will be answering these questions and more in the next half hour.
Yes. Do you actually just want to tell people? I mean, look, everybody knows who you are, but in case somebody doesn't know who you are,
sure.
Would you just like to introduce yourself?
Yes, let's. So, as Peter alluded to, I am the BABS Director of Administration. So, it is my role to keep things on the board running as smoothly as possible. So, that is all of the official governance things that we do. So, everything associated with the Charities Commission, with the Constitution, the AGM, the council members, everything of that nature. I'm also responsible for the charitable giving that we do as BABS, so all of the grants are streamlined through myself before going on to the wider board. As a barbershopper more generally, I currently sing with Meantime Chorus, based down here in London, but I started my barbershopping in 2018, I believe it was, back up in Hull with Holland Harmony, and of course Orange Juice Quartet, and the less said about them, probably the better. But yes, that is me. You've probably seen me emceeing something of some description, and if you haven't seen me, you've probably heard me, because that's just who I am as a person.
It was the glittery gold tuxedo that really cemented itself in my mind.
I've got a lot of wear out of that, which I'm quite surprised at. I didn't think that I would. I think I've worn that now 3 times, and I will probably wear it again this weekend. So that'll be 4 times.
That's very impressive, because that is a
statement piece.
A statement piece of an outfit. Did you send me this photo? Somebody was on a train and found and this guy in a gold sparkly jacket just like yours was standing up and like delivering a quiz to the people on the train, and the guy like looked like me, and I think was it like Matt Potter or someone who put it in a BABS Facebook group being like, is this Peter Bryant wearing Alistair's jacket?
Yes, that does ring a bell.
Which tracks? Yeah. So welcome to the podcast, Alistair. It's exciting to have you on. And it's kind of it's relevant because we've just had the BABS AGM, which we'll get to a bit later. And we've also just had we're getting into district contest season over in the US. So a bunch of Barbershop Harmony Society districts are starting to have their district conventions, and there's international qualifying rounds happening and district championships and things. So we've had some very exciting and interesting results from those. And then we've got Holland Harmony this weekend.
Yes, very exciting.
So there's lots to chat about. And if that wasn't enough to get excited about, we have literally just as we're recording this in the last hour, we've just shared some sort of more meaty details about what Harmony College 2025 is going to look like.
Yes.
So I reckon let's start with Harmony College, because I'm pretty pumped about this. So Harmony College, for those who don't know, is BABS's kind of flagship educational event. Harmony College is as much of an institution, if not more of a BABS institution than convention, actually. It's obviously less like widely attended. We usually get sort of in the 200 to 300 delegate range compared to like thousands of people, a couple of thousand people at convention. People who go to Harmony College are like absolutely like diehard Harmony College fans, and after you've been to your first Harmony College, you want to go back every year because it's so much fun. And it's the event at which we kind of bring together all of the best educators, all the best kind of coaches and directors and smart people from around the British barbershop community, and the international community as well, actually. And we all stick them in a place in Nottingham and just allow education and networking and skill building and all that good stuff to happen. And obviously, there's lots of singing and socializing and all that good stuff. Some of Babs's greatest quartets have formed at Harmony College in the Harmony College Afterglow. It's just a great sort of melting pot of barbershop awesomeness, and we are bringing it back, which is very exciting. So 23rd till the 24th of August 2025, and we're back at the Jubilee campus at Nottingham University, which is where it's been for the longest time. We've got Jordan Travis as our guest educator. Have you been coached by Jordan before, Alistair?
I have not been coached by Jordan Travis before. So
it is a pleasure.
Okay.
Jordan is an extremely friendly and lovely Canadian man who he has been. I think I'm not sure what his official job title was, but he was on the musical leadership team for Toronto Northern Lights when they won their international gold in 2014.
I was going to say 2012.
Or was it 2012? It might have been 2012. Yeah. And he also directs a Harmony Incorporated chorus, a female voice chorus called Acapella Showcase, and he also directs Harbour Town Sound, which is a Barbershop Harmony Society male chorus. So Jordan's great, and he's a really wonderful coach.
He sounds like a great guy.
Yeah.
What would you say his main sort of style is? So, like, thinking about other barbershop coaches who we've had, like a lot of US coaches who have come over. So obviously, meantime, have quite a close connection with Rob Mance, also a Canadian. And he is very much of the pedagogy technique style. You've got other coaches who are very much into performance, artistry, etc., etc. Where would you say Jordan is on that style, having been coached by him before?
I'm not sure how he would describe himself. My experiences of him has been he's very interested in like singing skills.
Okay.
There's a bit of crossover with the Rob Mance kind of approach.
The Rob Mance school of thought.
There's crossover with all sorts of other things, and he has his own ideas about singing skills. Okay. But I just think he is a really, really great educator. Like people can know a lot about singing skills and be able to explain it to someone, but actually being able to teach someone how to do it and how to apply those skills is like a totally separate skill. And I think Jordan just has a really, really great manner in which to like deliver information and get people to understand what are actually like fundamentally complicated concepts. So I've always found his method to be very like approachable and easy to understand and easy to follow, but actually by the end of it you've actually done some like pretty advanced stuff almost without realizing it.
Nice.
But he doesn't have that, he doesn't fall into that trap of like he understands the technicalities of the things he's trying to explain. It's not like he's heard this thing and he's like, you know that happens sometimes. Like,
yeah.
You get coached in your chorus or in your quartet, and then you go away and try and teach the concept to somebody else, and somebody asks a question, and you're like, oh, I actually don't understand how this works.
I'm just going to parrot this back to you. Yeah,
exactly. Like Jordan is like actually has the understanding of what he's teaching, but he puts that sort of approachable layer on top. But if you have a question about it, he'll be able to answer you because he knows what he's talking about, which is great. So yeah, we love Jordan. He's just a very lovely Canadian man. He's actually married to the sister of a British barbershopper. So Tony Bylett, if you're listening, Tony Bylett's sister is married to Jordan Travis.
I see.
So he loves coming over to the UK because it's kind of a, there's a family connection.
That makes
It's a British
sense.
barbershop as well. So yeah, Jordan's great. So a lot of people have been asking us about what Harmony College is actually going to look like this
Yes.
year, because we have kind of been looking at, what we've said is we're looking at the content and the structure, and we are trying to make it kind of flexible enough and fit what people want. And in sort of doing that, we've not yet been able to fully put the meat on the bones for a little while, as we're trying to find out what people's needs are. But actually, I think as of this week, we've got a pretty good idea of what Harmony College is going to look like. So just to put a bit of context on this, what used to happen, sort of pre-COVID, at these sort of classic Harmony colleges, is that it used to be split up into what we called streams. So you would sign up to Harmony College, and then you would pick a stream to take part in, and that would be your experience for the entire weekend, right? So you choose. Maybe you would choose
Directing
the
stream, for example.
directing, or you choose the chorus stream where you would sing in a chorus and be coached by a highly skilled and experienced director for the weekend, or you would take your quartet to Harmony College and participate in the quartet stream. Or we've also in some years we've done things like arranging streams and other other things like that. This year we're we want to try and give everyone the chance to do a bit of everything that they're interested in. So rather than having to commit to just one thing for the entire weekend, what it's going to look like is everyone will actually get the chorus, like the college chorus experience. And this is awesome because, like, the college chorus in the height of its success was like pretty big and made a really, really good sound. But that was maybe like a quarter of the people who are actually at Harmony College were in the chorus. Now, like, everybody who goes to Harmony College is going to be participating in the college chorus, and it's going to be like hundreds of people. So it's an opportunity to sing in a chorus with hundreds of people, make a really, really big, exciting chorus sound under the direction of Jordan Travis, who we've just been talking about. So
yes,
so that's
very
kind of
cool.
now, that's now a core part of the Harmony College experience. Everyone gets to do the college chorus. So you get sent a song beforehand, and you learn the song. You turn up, and you get coached. You get some sessions with Jordan, and you work on the song with Jordan. Which is great. But then we are also including, as well as the college chorus experience, we're including like a number of, I guess you would call them like elective classes. So in the slots where the chorus isn't happening, you get to choose which classes you want to go to, and there's loads of stuff on offer. Things like directing stuff. This is the bit that we're still kind of finalizing.
Because also at this stage we don't know, because this is also part and parcel of of what's going to happen at Harmony College this year. So for those who attended Harmony College in Nottingham in 2023, there was a large appeal to the wider BABS community for people to put themselves forward with a topic of their choice that was related to barbershop or or singing or something of that nature in some way. And I feel that what we got out of that and how much talent latently exists within our community is immense.
Mm-hmm.
And so the reason we don't know what the timetable is going to look like at the moment is because we are actively now seeking applications for those people to come on and be those guest educators to run those elective classes. So the ones I can try to remember from 2023, there was a class on performance, which is all about the physics of singing, which absolutely, in fact, I was in that class. It was me and Tim Briggs, and absolutely blew our minds. So this is absolutely wild, and it was. Did a history of barbershop, which dated back to 1890, which was what Aurelie Gandor is doing their PhD on. So it was all about that. Did a session on with James Ridow, who famously is people may know as James Gower Smith from Before He Got Married, lead of Tagline, who is now in the touring company of Wicked, and he did a session on acting and performing and how you convey emotions in certain performances. And this was just a selection. I believe there were 10 different options to choose from. I chose those. These are the ones I can remember. But we are, like I say, if you think you have something to offer, get in touch. It's in the email that just went out today. Will be an application form, and then you will be, we'll let you know if you are successful, but then you could be imparting your barbershop knowledge to the wider Harmony College community, which would be really cool.
Yeah. And then, when you attend Harmony College, you get to choose between all these awesome classes that people from across the community like. This is it's like a proper like community driven thing. Like we don't just behind closed doors decide, oh, this person should do something in this bit. Like we say, like, who wants to teach something, who's got something to teach, and invite people in that way. And I think that's very cool. So that's kind of the other component of it. We also have something new called the quartet skills classes, which will be kind of part of this elective stuff. So it's basically like this is trying to cater for people who are already in quartets. So if you want to bring your quartet to Harmony College and get some quartet education, you can do that. But also, if you just want to like have an experience of singing in quartets, this is for you as well. Like, it's going to work for both of those cases. And basically, like all the individuals and all the quartets will get like a handful of songs to sing, songs to learn. There'll be opportunities to sing the song with like other people. There'll be coaching opportunities. There'll be like performance opportunities. And I guess like you can kind of think about it as a smushing together of like the old quartet stream and the old like extreme quartets stream. It's kind of the two ideas like smushed together, and streamlined a little bit to make it work. So if you've already got a quartet, you can do it. If you are just interested in trying quartet singing, if you've maybe not done quartet singing before and you don't have a quartet at the moment, and you just want to try singing with a few different people, and get some coaching, like, and improve your skills as a quartet singer, then like that's what this is aiming to do. So
it'd be very cool.
That's another cool thing. There's directing skills, as has been before. That's one of the other elective classes. So we've all of this information has gone out in an email to anyone who's subscribed to our mailing list. Today, the 26th of March is when we're recording this. If you missed that, go onto the website and sign yourself up for our mailing list, because then you'll get all this information. So yeah, we're very excited about Harmony College. We are still so you can't buy a ticket yet for Harmony College, but what you can do, and what we'd love you to do, before the 28th of March, which that date may already have gone by the time you're listening to this, but I'm hoping to get the episode up before this, is go on and register your interest and basically say you'd like to come to Harmony College. And what that will basically do is give us a better idea of how many people we're likely to have, and then we can start putting our plans in place and also finalize the pricing. Harmony College is grand, and you should go, and you should check out all the information that we've sent out today.
Agreed.
Because it's very exciting. And also there's an Afterglow, which is like legendary. Like if you've been to a convention Afterglow, it's nothing compared to the Harmony College Afterglow. It's just a lot of fun. Lots of tag singing happens, lots of sort of polecat singing. As I say, some of our best quartets were formed in the Harmony College Afterglow.
Famously, the Locksmiths.
The Locksmiths is a recent example of that. Yeah, definitely. So yeah, come to Harmony College. It's in August. We're excited. Alistair, you should tell us about Holland Harmony.
Let's. So Holland Harmony is happening this weekend, which is very exciting. So Holland Harmony is happens every 2 years. It's one of the many European conventions many European barbershop conventions, and this year we have actually got a couple of British groups going over, which is very exciting. So in the chorus contest from BABS, we've got the Kentones who are going, which is very exciting. And then in the quartet contest, there are lots of groups going. So as a reference point, so Meantime Chorus are also going alongside Trailblazers as guests, which is very exciting for us. We're very much appreciative of that. And as such, a number of Meantimers who are in quartets saw this as a cracking opportunity to also participate in the Holland Harmony contest. If I just look through the list here, and I apologise in advance if I've missed out any other quartets, but we've got Sound Hypothesis are going, BABS 2018-19 champion. We've got Crunch Time. We've got These Notes are going. We've got Peridot. Powerhouse are going, who we know, obviously Ray, who is our finance director, newly duly elected finance director, and Flatmates Quartet, who are a relatively new quartet with Ali Hay Plum from Trailblazers and Conrad Godfrey from Sound Hypothesis involved there. So that's
and I presume two other people.
And two other people are involved who I do not know. Therefore cannot be mentioned in this stream.
Well, you'll have to get to know them.
Yes, I look forward to
Holland.
So yeah, it should be a very exciting contest, should be a very exciting weekend. Yeah, big fan of Holland. They do things good. So if people ever get an opportunity to go, I'd strongly recommend it. I know we were talking very briefly beforehand, Peter, that you went over in 2019, I believe, to Holland. I was also there just for no reason. But
you just get about, don't you?
Quite. Yeah, this is my third Holland Harmony, which is technically every Holland Harmony I could have gone to since becoming a barbershopper. So I'm now just gonna. I think I should just go every year now. Just
Is it still in the same place, in the same venue? Oh, they've moved it.
2019, was Eindhoven, and it moved after 2019 to a place called Apeldoorn, which is, for those who are followers of the Dutch royal family, is where one of the Dutch royal palaces is, of course. And it was there in 2023, and it is there again this year. So, very exciting.
Yeah, I enjoyed Eindhoven because the venue was like the whole convention was literally under one roof.
Yeah, it was very cool.
You could literally just not leave the building for the entire weekend because everything was there. Like it was all catered. Like you just you bought your ticket and that included your hotel room, all of your food for the weekend. Obviously the convention experience, like the whole thing just took place under one roof. Which is a bit kind of like the IABS convention actually in Killarney. But
I was going to say it's very similar to IABS, isn't it?
It's like really, really nice sort of conference center / hotel type thing in Eindhoven. And literally, I think at one point I was like, I haven't been outside for 48 hours, and I decided I needed to go for a walk.
Yeah, need to get some vitamin D.
Yeah, so it was very cool though. It's nice for everything to be under one roof. If anyone knows of any venues like that in the UK, let us know because that'd be great. Good luck to everyone competing in Holland. Good luck to obviously all the British groups and all the BABS groups, but to everyone. They have their sort of national convention and also their international contests as well.
Yeah, of which I think there are a couple of Brits who do sing in Mixed Nuts.
Of course.
Yeah, so they are the Holland Harmony. They won last time, champion chorus. And they went to BHS International last year.
They did,
so
and they did very well.
They did do very well. Yeah, it's very
Yeah.
very exciting. So
Yeah.
hopefully they will. We'll see good things from those guys and everyone else at convention this year.
Best of luck. We're excited to report back on that in the next
In
episode.
due course.
Speaking of BHS International,
Yes,
we're getting into that time.
the
So
prelim season.
the prelim season is happening. So BHS International, the big international convention, is happening in July, the start of July. And in the lead up to that, in the US, they have what they call the prelims, which is basically a bunch of district level contests that happen around the country where choruses and quartets qualify to go to international. Their qualification cycle is a lot shorter than it would be for example,
Yes.
for a BABS group. So for a BABS group, you would sing at BABS convention in May, and then you'd go
Have
to
14
international like
months.
14 months later.
Yeah.
Whereas in the BHS, you would qualify, for example, at the Mid-Atlantic District contest, which just happened this past weekend. You would qualify like in March, and then you'd go
In
four
July.
months later in July.
Yeah.
So their qualification cycle is much shorter. But yeah, we had, was it the Mid-Atlantic District and the Southeastern Harmony District? Does that sound, or Southwestern Harmony District?
No, yeah, SHD, the Shire Halud district, as I keep calling them. But yes, they were both recent. We've obviously already had, Far Western. I've had theirs as well.
A couple of weeks ago. So
but there's some stupid things happening over there.
So a number of last year's top 10 quartets have qualified already.
Correct. Yes.
Right. So
I do not know what they are putting in the water in the Mid-Atlantic District.
Mid-Atlantic District was obscene. So like the Mid-Atlantic District has 3 of the last year's top 10 quartets are from the Mid-Atlantic District. 4. Which one? So I'm the ones I'm remembering are Secret Best Friends, First Take, and Gimme 4. Who's the fourth one?
Smoke Ring.
Smoke Ring. My goodness, of course.
Smoke Ring Erasure.
So 4 of the top 10 international quartets are from the Mid-Atlantic District, and that like the scores coming out of this district contest are just a bit bonkers. Actually, they're a bit mad.
Well, one of Gimme 4's songs is now the 8th best song ever sung, scored under the BHS scoring system.
Mental.
Yeah.
Absolutely mental. District. That doesn't happen at district contests.
No.
No. It's absolutely mental. I think the only time I've ever seen, like, I think when the year that Quorum won, their score at international was exactly the same as the score that they qualified with.
Yes, no one has ever beaten Quorum's qualifying score of 94.
No, 94.
But Gimme 4 did qualify with a 93.6.
Outrageous.
Which is just an insane number.
Yeah. I feel like 93.6 is roughly the score that like Signature won with, or something like that. So that they
you
are
have to go back very far to be scoring those sorts of numbers.
Yeah, they're very, very. That's very, very high. And then First Take as well posted that was 91. In the 90s as well, 91.
Yeah, and then Smoke Ring got 88.7,
which is like 3% higher than they got at international last year.
Yeah.
Just outrageous. And Secret Best Friends the same. Also an 88 something.
88.2, and then we're obviously from the other 2 districts that have we've got Newfangled 4 at 88.6 and Full Effect at 88.2. So we've got 6 quartets scoring higher than 88 already.
Yeah. And there are more quartets who are going to be like looking at those numbers. So have Lemon Squeezy qualified yet?
No, well, Snobs is the last one.
Snobs is the last one, right? Okay, so we're waiting on
Snobs in May.
Snobs in May.
You've got GQ coming back.
Yes.
For the first time in 3 years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 2022 was the last time they competed. I
Yeah,
think.
so GQ are coming back.
Are the ladies back, or are the ladies taking a year
I
out?
think the ladies are taking a year out.
Yeah.
This year. I think the
Yeah.
ladies are not coming back.
I'm sad about that, because the ladies doing the Mad Hatter was like the highlight of my week.
Song of the contest.
Last
10
convention.
out of
It was
10.
great.
Yeah. Who else have we got? I think I've heard rumors. That Rooftop Records might be coming back.
Whoa.
Yeah. So that's a blast from the past.
That is quite
anyone.
quite a throwback, if you'll pardon the pun.
I will not pardon the pun. It's still too soon. But yes, Rooftop Records might be coming back. And again, you've still got like those people who are in like always around that sort of area of we don't know what's happening with like will Pratt Street Power come back? Who knows about the core? Unsure what's going on with those guys at the minute. But then to add an additional layer of interest to to BHS International 25, we looked at this. So Bethany is my fiance, tenor of Hot Ticket. We're both. It's good being with a barbershopper. We looked at quartets who who last year were 11 to 20, and I think we concluded. I think 7 of them aren't coming back. So that is all
so the top
for grabs.
Top 20 is like wide open.
Yeah. And the top 5 is going to be a really intense competition between about like 8 or 9 quartets.
Yes.
And then, because it's like artistic license aren't coming back, the core probably won't come back. What with Steve still being CEO and Mike having his unfortunate medical situation last year. Praxis aren't coming back this year. Hussar aren't coming back this year because they don't really exist anymore. Clementones aren't coming back this year. So once you start pulling these guys out, it's crazy. It's crazy.
There are British groups who are going, who are getting numbers that in some years would put them through to the 20, right? So our very good friends in the Charabelle Blues qualified with an 81.3.
Yeah.
Which is like just on that threshold of like my quartet got that score in 2022 and came 22nd.
Yes.
So we just but in another year that 100%. Number would get you through. So it's it's a toss up for them. Which other British groups going this year?
Fifth Element.
I always say
Fifth Elephant. Yeah,
I did. I'm really sorry, Dunk.
8.7. Big scores.
Another threshold top 20 score. 80.7.
And Hot Ticket.
Yeah. And Hot Ticket, who have capably
also
scored
80
over 80.
So
look,
very exciting.
Top 20 is wide open. This is the year to go if you wanna. Like last year was the wrong year to go if you wanted to get into the top 20.
Yeah, who would go last year?
As I experienced.
But we can't just sit here and talk about quartets as if that's all that exists, because choruses are a thing.
Choruses exist. Yeah.
Yeah. And this year, I would stake money on this being the year where the most Brits ever are at a BHS International convention, because there are 3 choruses going from Britain. So you've got Cheshire Chord Company from Labs, you've got Amersham a cappella from Labs, and then from BABS you have got Lux a cappella who are going. Now we will probably cover this a little bit to jump forward slightly to something that happened at our AGM as we announced our recruitment champion for this year. And Lux a cappella last year recruited 32 new members.
Mental.
32 new members.
And these are not like
they're not dual members
existing barbershoppers.
It's like 32 brand new, all brand new BABS members. So I think they are taking 90 plus people to BHS, and Cheshire Chord and Amersham aren't small either. So between those 3, that's 200 Brits going to be at International, which I think is probably the biggest cohort. And once you factor in all the three quartets, all of their supporters. Like it'd be a bit remiss, for example, if like Tim Braham didn't go. If his wife and his daughter are both competing, and he's just like, "Nah, I'll stay at home." That's a call out for you, Tim.
I mean,
if you don't
he
go.
might stay at home. Tim's a wonderful man, but he might stay at home.
I mean, yeah, fair.
Yeah, I agree that like Lux a Cappella with their 90 odd singers will be one of the biggest choruses in the contest because so for example the Masters of Harmony, traditionally thought of as like one of the big choruses, are still scoring very, very high scores. They got an 88, I think, at the weekend or the weekend before, but they had 51 singers on stage.
Yeah.
And Lux a Cappella taking 90 people is just like absolutely insane.
They are probably only going to be smaller than the ever elusive, who I still don't believe exist until I've seen them, the Vocal Majority.
Have you not seen the Vocal Majority live?
No. So they stopped coming to international. Their last international was 2018. Yeah. So this is their first international now in 7 years.
Oh, and they're definitely coming back. That's confirmed.
They're in the draw. Yeah, they're coming back. They posted a 93.4, which is very exciting.
It's a very high qualifying score.
Yeah, still not the highest amongst choruses, which is obscene. Fun fact about Vocal Majority that I learned a couple of months ago. They have to negotiate with Southwestern District in advance as to whether or not they're wanting to qualify, because it determines the size of the venue and stage that they need.
That's very good,
because they send so many people, and I thought that was quite
very good,
an amusing little tidbit.
Yeah, so I was actually there in 2018, the last time Vocal Majority competed.
Very cool.
It was very, very cool, and like I have to admit to previously being a little bit of a Vocal Majority skeptic, and I'll tell you for why. It's because there is no recording equipment in the universe that can accurately capture the sound of the Vocal Majority.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like, they sound great on the videos and in the albums, but I was always like, oh yeah, but Westminster sound better and whatever. But honestly, seeing the Vocal, like, it's impossible to reproduce the live sound of the Vocal Majority.
There, so I've just looked this up. In July 2018, when you saw them on stage, there was 153 people on stage.
Yeah, and what
that
actually
could be you if you come to BABS Harmony College this year. It
could be you. What actually astonished me about the Vocal Majority that year was the delicacy with which 153 people were able to sing. If you can go back and watch the video on YouTube. I think their ballad was "What I Did for Love."
Nice.
And it started with such like unbelievable delicacy, and I was like, it was like captivating and mesmerizing. Like, their dynamic range is insane. So yeah, like, go see the Vocal Majority live, and it will change your life.
That'll be exciting.
It was mental.
I'm looking forward to it.
So yeah, Music City Chorus also qualified this weekend, didn't they?
Yeah.
With a
93.8.
93.8. Come on, lads. What's happening?
So silly.
Why is everyone so good? How did everyone get so good? It's very exciting. And then we also at the Mid-Atlantic District, Alexandria Harmonizers qualified. Yes. They came second. And then Parkside Melody came first in the Mid-Atlantic District.
Oh, they did. Big woof for those guys.
Big woof.
Shout out to all my dads in Parkside Melody. Yeah. Well done.
Yeah, we love Parkside Melody.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's just... This is... Why did I pick this year not to go to international, Alistair? What have I done?
I think you decided to get married and spend all of your money on that.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah. Whereas I decided to have a smaller wedding, so me and my fiance could still go to international this year.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
I'm very much looking forward to my wedding, but I do wish I was going to Denver. This is going to be very exciting. All right. Well, I'm sure we'll keep you posted on the podcast and elsewhere about further developments. But suffice to say, international is gearing up to be one of the more exciting international conventions of recent history. Like it was Cleveland last year in 2024 was it was interesting because both contests to a certain extent were kind of a done deal. Like the quartet contest, so much so that the Newfangled Four actually like made a joke about it in one of their songs. They were like, "We already know who's going to win the quartet contest." And you know the ambassadors won the chorus contest. Surprising nobody because they were excellent.
No, Westminster won last year.
Oh, I'm very sorry. Westminster won last year. You're quite
but
right.
Again,
surprising nobody because they were
the exact same logic because they are Westminster Chorus.
Yeah, I've got ambassadors on the mind because, in case you hadn't heard, they're coming to sing 2024 in Bournemouth.
So people can't see me cheer, can they?
Yes, they can actually because this goes on YouTube.
Oh my gosh! Oh, I would have dressed up.
Yeah, no, you could have.
Well, no, I'm wearing official, as you can see, Music City Chorus merchandise, which was actually given to me by a member of Music City Chorus last year when they came to BABS. So I'm hoping to collect branded T-shirts from BABS guests.
Yeah. So yeah, like last year's international was kind of as a done deal. There was some excitement in the contests, but we kind of knew who would win in both contests. This year,
anybody's game.
Who knows? It's wide open.
Yep.
Huge quartet top 10, like 20 quartets are scoring top 10 level scores.
Yep. Stupid.
It's very silly. So we're very excited. I'm really sad I'm not going, but we'll keep you posted. All right, should we finish off with just a little recap of the BABS AGM, which happened? The AGM.
Let's.
Alistair, you're in charge of governance.
Yes.
Go. Tell us about the AGM.
What I will do, actually, because I realise I can do this, so why wouldn't I? I can post the recording of the AGM on the BABS website. So anybody who wants to see Calvin and I make an absolute... No, we didn't make a hash of it. It was very well structured, I'll have you know. Of the AGM, you can feel free to do so. But we updated everyone on where we are as far as the BABS strategy is concerned. So if you weren't already aware, last year, BABS set out a strategy to take us through to 2029, focusing on 5 long-term goals of increasing engagement, improving in all areas across the organisation, both artistic and administrative, raising awareness of BABS both within the barbershop community and the wider world, raising awareness and promoting barbershop to the wider world, and being an inclusive, diverse and equitable organisation. So those are the 5 key pillars now that we are trying to structure everything that we do around, and so we gave an update on our various progresses throughout that, and you can read that in the various reports which will go on the website. Furthermore, we also went through our financial update, which was fantastic. So that's very good.
We're doing good.
We are doing good. Last financial year, so for those again who don't know, BABS financial year runs from October to September. So this would be October 23 to September 24. But that year we ended the year with a £75,000 surplus, which we have used quite considerably to bulk up our reserves, which were quite depleted from previous years, which was very unfortunate. But as many of you have seen from the end of last year, we gave a series of 50th anniversary grants out, of which they were quite considerably used for that sum.
Yeah, because we budgeted because obviously we wanted to build the reserves a little bit, so we budgeted for a £30,000 surplus, and ended up making an additional £45,000 worth of surplus.
Yeah, so
basically through cost savings, right? Is
almost exclusively through cost savings. Yeah, because it went very well. We had our consultation update, so we had the results from our first consultation, which was around convention more generally, so timings, locations, etc. Off the back of that, the outcome of that consultation seemed to be that we're going to start looking at the possibility of alternative venues. So Harrogate was viewed very favourably by everyone who responded. Bournemouth slightly less so. But of course, people didn't favour having it in the same location all the time. So what we are going to now start looking at is alternative venues for the off years when we are not going to be at Harrogate. Of course, that may still take a while to come into any fruition. And if anyone has any ideas, we would be happy to receive them. But one thing that did come through quite interestingly in the consultation, despite it not being posed as a question was the idea of moving towards a more open contest situation within BABS. So as things currently stand, we have a male chorus contest on the Saturday and a mixed chorus contest on the Sunday. And in this original consultation, there were a number of responses which referenced the desire to shift towards a more open model. And
or at least combining the contest
yes,
timetable
or even at
somehow.
least having
Yeah.
it so that it still remains as two separate contests or something of that nature, but rather than it being separated over 2 different days or something, but split across the entire situation. Now, and because of that, that's what we've decided our next consultation is going to be on. So that will be coming out shortly.
Soon.
Yeah, we'll say shortly. Probably within the next sort of 2 to 3 weeks, I would say, if not sooner, where we are going to be exploring more convention in more detail. So information around what happens before convention, so comms and the frequency and the how in advance you need certain comms, about what happens at convention itself, so whether or not there are certain facilities that are necessary or not. So an example of that would be the changing facilities. So this was one thing which really struck me when I've been to other conventions, namely BHS, is there are no changing facilities. You arrive ready to go on stage, and then you go on stage, and then
there's no warm-up room either, right? You have to organize your own warm-up room.
You organize your own warm-up room in a different hotel. You do all of that, and then you come and you do your singing, and then you leave. And
it's the same at IABS and other European conventions as well.
So if we, and the reason why, because people do often say this to us in their feedback, we go to the venues we go to because of the need to currently provide all of these additional facilities. Is there a possibility to have a venue in the United Kingdom which seats 2,500 people and has a stage and has a bar area that would open later and is near some hotels? Yes, there's probably hundreds of those. Are there venues in the United Kingdom which need to seat 2,500 people, but also have enormous changing rooms, warm-up rooms, backstage facility, and everything else that we currently have at both Bournemouth and Harrogate? And if the consultation dictates that we maybe don't need to have those facilities anymore, it would maybe open up where we go. But again, we're entirely governed on these consultations by you, the membership, and that's why we need as much of your responses as possible. And then, of course, the final element of the consultation is going to be around the contest structure itself. So what do we want that to look like? How do we want that to run? And again, rather than attempt to hodgepodge that right now, I spent an awful lot of time helping Calvin to write these questions in the consultation to make sure that they were as clear and concise as possible. So I'll give everyone the opportunity to read what those options may look like, and I look forward to reading all of your responses.
It's very good. So I think that the first consultation was helpful. We had, I think we estimated about 22% of BABS members participated in the previous consultation. The reason that's an estimate, by the way, is because some of the responses came from choruses. And so Calvin did some clever maths to try and work out how many people those responses kind of represented the views of. So it estimated about 22% or so of the membership. So it's helpful, but we can't say that any of the feedback that we got as a result of that consultation necessarily represents the majority of what BABS members think. So, the point of the consultation is to figure out what BABS members want. And so I really encourage you, when you see the next one come out, I think this next one is actually a topic that's very, very important to a lot of people. As mixed chorus singing has grown within BABS and within British Barbershop, and there's been a lot of crossover between male choruses and mixed choruses and all this stuff. People have a lot of thoughts about what they want the BABS weekend to look like from a sort of chorus contest structure perspective. I really would encourage you to use this opportunity to tell us what you think, because the more people respond, the better the outcome will be for the most people, right? Like, if we get responses
We
from...
cannot accept views from the silent majority.
Yes,
because
exactly.
We do not know what they say.
Like,
so
if you're happy with how it is right now, tell us that. Just say don't change anything. It's fine. Because that tells us that's not nothing. That's still information that we can use.
Correct.
If we don't hear from you, then we don't know what you think. So don't assume that we know what you think. Tell us what you think anyway. Have a discussion in your choruses. If you want to channel your feedback through your club, that's an option we've provided. Or if you just want to fill in the form as an individual, that's also perfectly fine as well. We really want to know what people want out of the chorus contests at convention, and what they want them to look like, and what's going to suit your club better. So, yeah, I think that's going to be very good. Another thing that happened at the AGM, just to round off the AGM chat, we had some elections. So, in case you didn't know, all the members of the BABS board are elected by the BABS Council at the AGM, and I'm happy to report that everyone who was standing got elected, which is great news. So that means now we've nearly got a full board, which is great. Still no events director, and still no vice chair, but all the other positions are now formally filled. We had some kind of acting people, so for example, Jasper was kind of nominated director of diversity, equity, inclusion and belonging. He's now formally elected into that role. Same applied to Ray Williams, our finance director. So everyone on the board has now been duly elected, which is very good. If you want a list of all the people who are on the board as a result of this election at the AGM, you can go on the BABS website. We've created a new Meet the Board page. So if you go on the BABS website, look for Meet the Board, you'll see some pictures of our smiling faces and a little bit about all of us. And you can see there how to get in touch with us as well about anything you want to talk to us about.
That's very exciting.
Yeah, I think.
Did we cover everything we covered at the top?
I think so. I think we're there for now. I would love to thank Alistair for joining me for this episode of Tune In.
I'd love to be thanked.
Yeah, I'm sure, as always. Have you had fun, Alistair?
I have. Yeah, this is great. Sign me up. I'll do as many of these as you need me to.
Very good. You do love the sound of your own voice.
Yeah, who's Rory Stewart and who's Alistair Campbell? That's a key question.
Well, I'm definitely Rory Stewart, mostly because of the jumpers.
Yeah, that's fair.
I wear the sort of high necks.
Yeah,
that's my Rory Stewart impression.
Okay, good. I'm glad we had that.
And you're definitely Alistair with the slightly gruff tone,
aggressive northernness.
Yeah, aggressive northernness. Very good. Okay, thank you for listening to Tune In. You can subscribe to the podcast wherever you normally get podcasts, if you normally listen to podcasts. If not, you can watch us on YouTube, or you can listen on the BABS website at singbarbershop.com/podcast. If you want to ask a question, we didn't get any questions this time, which is fine. But if you do want to ask us a question, you can do that as well at singbarbershop.com/podcast, or you can email podcast@singbarbershop.com. Thank you again, Alistair. We'll chat to you next time.